Hi Aries, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. My name's Carol. April 2024 is a huge month for the collective. And in particular, it's eclipse season. So we've just had a lunar eclipse on March 25th. And now what's happening is in your sign, so I picked your sign as my first reading. In your sign, there's going to be the biggest eclipse of the year. It's going to be a total solar eclipse. And it's also going to be a supermoon. So this is happening on April 8th. I don't know if you're aware. Eclipses can last, up to a month before you can start feeling the effects of eclipses to 6 months after. And for this particular eclipse, because it's so big, it's probably going to last until the end of the year is what they're saying. So a solar eclipse in particular is about, eclipses are about beginnings, and they're about endings and beginnings. And so something always has to end. You have to give up something, you have to shed something, you have to lose something that's really not in your highest good, that's meant to leave your life. And then a new beginning comes in, and you're going to, and I talk about that a lot just in my tarot, where, sometimes you need, on this healing journey, for something new to come in, we really have to process these old emotions, these old traumas that we have in our system so that something new can come in. So in particular, the energy of the eclipse season, and because it's in Aries, it really is that ignition key that's really going to almost push us forward into, making us kind of shed certain, could be relationships people have to leave, or things leave our life in order for a new beginning to come. And so I am grateful in that. I live in Canada, so I've looked at the path of the eclipse, and I'm sitting in the direct path of the eclipse. And so I'll probably get to see it for, I think it's a total of close to 4 minutes that it's going to be happening. So I've gone out and bought my glasses. This is the first time where I've really decided I'm going to really try to get the energy of this eclipse season that's coming in. So if you get a chance, I know there are sites online that you can actually watch the eclipse happening on April 8th. So it's quite a fascinating event because it is the biggest eclipse of the year, and it's a total solar eclipse, and it's also a supermoon. So, all right. So what we're going to do today is I really wanted to, because of this eclipse season that's coming up in April, and it really is a pivotal month for us. Really, I think it's a month that's really going to bring us into the rest of the year. Really important month. I decided that I wanted a reading that was going to look at, what's coming up in your life. I wanted to look at what needs to be released. What do you need to shed? What do you need to let go of? What needs to heal? What's coming up from your shadow? What's coming up from your childhood? What needs to heal before you're able to bring in this new beginning, and probably before you're able to allow this person to leave your life. And then I wanted to look at the beginning part of it, because this particular eclipse really focuses on, because it's a solar eclipse, it really focuses on new beginnings. This is Aries. It's in the sign of Aries, the first zodiac sign. So it's really going to bring us into that real new beginning that maybe some of us have been looking forward to and hoping to come forth for us. And so what I did, Aries, is I want to start off this reading with the Three of Wands card, and that is the card that I picked for you when I did your yearly reading 2024. It's in my description box below. And this is the card I picked out for you, was the Three of Wands for April for you, Aries. And so the Three of Wands is all about, taking your life in that new direction. And this is very much, it's the three. So three is about creativity. The wands are about creativity. Sorry, I have something in my throat. And the Three of Wands is really, two where you're kind of getting a nudge. Two of Wands, you get a nudge to do something. And three is like you're ready to go for it this month. You're ready to go for something that you've been wanting to do. This is a general reading, and so you're all going to know how this applies to you. So what I'm going to do in this, I'm going to pull out 4 cards. I'm going to start off with this indie deck that I just recently purchased. It's called the Mystical Universe deck, and I really like the cards, the pictures on the cards. So we're going to be looking at pull 4 cards for that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my mini tarot here to pick out a couple clarifiers. And then I'm going to go to my Moonology deck and pull out an oracle card for you at the end. So let's get started, Aries. I want to pull out 1 card for each section. So let's start off with card number 1. And that is, what area in your life are we focusing on right here? And I only want 1 card right now for you, Aries. What area are we focusing on that really we need to look at here? You have the 9 of Wands in reverse. The 9 of Wands in reverse. The 9 of Wands. Okay. What needs to be released? So what needs to come to an end? You know, if it's usually it's about a relationship with someone that we're, you know, sitting with. It could be a friend, it could be a colleague, it could be an intimate partner, it could be a family member. And so what's really, what do we need? Who do we need to take a step back from? What's really not serving us anymore? You know, where your vibration or kind of your frequencies are just not jiving. And you'll know, you can feel it. So that'll be number 2. So let's have 1 card for that. 1 card for that, please. Number 2. What does Aries need to release? 1 card. Oh, 2 cards came out. Just 1 card. Oh, there it is. Ooh, the 3 of Swords. So already we have 2 swords here, which, you know, tells me a bit about what's going on with you this month. In the 3rd position, what needs to heal? So what is it that's impacting this situation that you're sitting with? And a lot of times when we have these big events in our life, such as, you know, making the decision to let someone go from your life, a lot of times what's happening is that we need to heal something from childhood first, from our unconscious. That's kind of really having an impact on this, right? So what's coming up from your shadow? I'm talking about shadow work here. We're going to do a little bit of shadow work here on this 3rd spot. And if you're new to shadow or shadow work, there is a video in my description box for you that I think you'd find really helpful. But it's just about healing our stuff. So what really has to heal this month before you can allow or this person or whatever it is that needs to you know, to go, because we're talking about releasing something, because it is eclipse season. So 1 card for that, number 3. What's coming up for us to heal? And I just want 1 card. So what's coming up for Aries to heal? All right, so I'm going to pick, 10 of Swords. Another Swords card. Wow. Wow. Swords is mental energy, right? So it really, you're dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of mental energy going on here for sure. The 4th card here. So what's your new beginning? You know, once you get through this what you need to release here, what is your new beginning? The Page of Pentacles in reverse is your new beginning. All right, so what I would like to do now is I'm going to clarify a couple cards to clarify. Number 1, please, the 9 of Swords in reverse. A couple cards, please. Page of Cups. So that's our 2nd page. 1 more card. And we have the 7 of Cups. I'll put these 2 here. 3 of Swords. Clarification. Ooh, that one came out beautifully. Two of Cups. Now, it's interesting because I'm seeing some cups here. So, you know, you had a lot of swords here, a lot of mental anguish, and now you're getting emotions, cups, right? And that's how we get through a lot of our mental anguishes, is to actually feel our way through it, which is the hardest part of this whole healing journey, is dealing with our emotions. You have the, I know this one, the Eight of Pentacles. I'm staring at it going, you know this one, Carol, come on. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And finally in the third, not finally, but in the third position, you have what needs to heal. You know, what's going with this Ten of Swords. Real healing here that needs to take place. What's coming up in your from your shadow, from your unconscious? This one definitely wanted to come out. The Queen of Cups in reverse here. And secondly, one more. I think I'm going to put that over here. Right there. I can see that better. One more, please. No, don't want one more. I want two. Just one more card, please. Okay. I'm going to take out these two because they wanted to come out first. So the Six of Swords. And I took two and I didn't want to. The Three of Cups. Some more cups here. All right. So we'll talk about those in a minute. And Page of Pentacles in reverse. Two cards, please. Here's one. Is the Five of Wands in reverse. One more, please. And that one fell out, the Moon card in reverse. Okay, so let's look at in number one position, which is what situation you're sitting at, what area of life are you looking at here, where you're really, you know, during this eclipse season, you're really going to take a look at what area of your life here where I need to look at that something needs to go. And you know, it's amazing how the universe works. It's just something that just kind of sometimes comes up for us out of the blue naturally. Maybe we've been working on something for a while. You've been having some difficulties with certain individuals or an individual. And then, you know, all of a sudden it's like, this is time. And so the Nine of Swords here tells me that it's in reverse here. So in an upright position, this is where, you know, you've been sitting up at night, you've been losing a lot of sleep. And I know that for me in particular, this eclipse season, my sleep has been just completely messed up the last 3 weeks or so because I've been working through a lot of healing myself. But when this card, so this is this card in the upright position, but this card is coming up in reverse. And so I'm wondering here if, you know, maybe you have been in a space where you have been up at night really worried about this, and it's finally, like I see, because there's so many swords here, it's almost like it's and the ten of swords coming in, so it's just kind of you can't get a hold on it. Like it's just been so tough for you, that especially when your sleep is really, really messed up. Like so this is something that, you know, you've been really, really, really struggling with. The fact that it's in reverse, and it's almost like I find sometimes for me, if I don't get the proper sleep that I need, or if I've gone without, like, you know, my sleep on a number of nights in a row, like it's just impossible to do this healing work, because you can't do it if you don't have the sleep that you need. Because I think lack of sleep sometimes becomes a drug for us. Like it just becomes sometimes an escape for us in a way where, because you mean, like, let's face it, if you're, you know, walking around half asleep, you don't have to deal with anything, right? And so I'm wondering if this is where it's come to a point where, you know what, like these swords here, this mental energy is really, really becoming a problem for you. And there's been a lot of spinning and a lot of lack of sleep here. And the next card that comes up is the Page of Cups for you. And the Page of Cups this comes up when it's saying, you know, you need, the area that you need to focus on is for me, my page, in particular, Page of Cups, is that inner child of ours, that younger child of ours that is really wants us to get in touch with them. Because our younger children, our inner children, it's an inner child, the Page of Cups. And it's in a lot of pain. A lot of times, especially the Page of Cups, holds grief. And so I'm seeing here that there's a real block for you, you know, because of this pain, these 9 of Swords that you have to get to, this pain that is just keeping you up at night. It's just preventing you from hearing your inner child and knowing that and dealing with, you know, what you need to get at, this pain that this inner child is really trying to get your attention. And the 7 of Cups will come in too, as really, the 7 of Cups is all these emotions here, right? All these things on display. Look at all these beautiful little things coming out of the cup and that. So it really tells me that there's a lot of distraction going on as well. So, you know, all the spinning in your head, maybe it's keeping you up at night. It's really blocking your inner child and what your inner child needs. And it's also, you know, there's a lot of chaos, a lot of distraction in your life right now. And it could just be the whole thing of not getting enough sleep, where it's just, and I think you need to look at that area. Like, there is an inner child in there that's trying to get your attention. And so in the releasing part, so what's releasing or what's ending in your life right here? Well, this pain, this sword pain, this mental energy that you've been really spinning in your head about has to end. There's something that needs to be released here. Because in order for that to be released, that pain that you're feeling right now, the spinning, the 2 of Cups comes up. And the 2 of Cups is, it's a number 2, so there's an exchange here. Sometimes there's a decision to be made, but it's 2 individuals that are exchanging a cup here. And there's a caduceus here, like this symbol here. It's a healing energy. And so it's time where, you know, in order for all this mental anguish to end, it's time that you become reconnected to you, to that other part of you. It's where you start to build a relationship with yourself again, where you start to become authentic. And I'm seeing here that, like, this 8 of Pentacles that's in reverse. In an upright position, the 8 of Pentacles is about doing something that you really like to do, where you commit a lot of your time to it. And this is in reverse right now. So I'm seeing that, you know, what you like to do, what you have been committing yourself, what you have been putting a lot of time and effort in. It could be a job that you're doing right now, and it looks like it's not working for you right now. So there's something to do here with your job situation where, you know, maybe you've been at a job for a long time doing the same thing. It's brought you in the money. You've been successful at it, but it's not working out for you anymore. And I think you're struggling with that. I think you're struggling. It's keeping you up at night. You're struggling with that pain of what, you know, maybe I need to let this job go. Maybe I need to take another job somewhere else. Maybe I need to do something else that feeds my soul. And because there's a lot of pain here. And so the healing part of it says, well, you know, in order for me to, it's really hard sometimes to make that decision. You know, if I think that I need to, I've been devoting so much time and commitment to something, and maybe I need to let it go. Maybe it's not working anymore. But before I can let it go, I need to look at, well, what is it in my shadow from my childhood that's not allowing me to get to this stage that I need to get to right now, right? Because the 3 of Wands was your overriding energy. And that talked about, you know, you're ready to take your life in this new direction. But before you do that, there's something about what you're committing a lot of your time to needs to end. And so what needs to heal? What's coming up from your unconscious, your childhood? What is it in you that really needs some healing? Because the Ten of Swords is, you have some real pain that is sitting, some real pain that needs to be dealt with. That, you know, it's the Ten of Swords. It's like almost like defeat. You're defeated. It's defeating you. There's something in your shadow that's just absolutely defeating you. That's just weighing you right down. And maybe you know what it is. But I'm seeing here, there's like the Queen of Cups here is coming in reverse. And the Queen of Cups says, she's the feminine aspect of herself. We all have a feminine and a masculine aspect. It doesn't matter what gender you are. So she's very receptive. She's very, very, you can see all that water at her feet. You know, the emotions for her flow in and they flow out. So when something, you know, her emotions don't get blocked. She doesn't get stuck on a certain emotion like depression or anger but she really allows her emotions to feel her emotions. She's the queen. She's the queen of the body. She's the queen of grounding herself, getting back into her body. But she's blocked right now. She's really, really blocked. So I can see here that there's a real resistance on your part to feeling what you need to feel. You have emotions that are blocked right now, right? They're meant to flow out of you. So maybe you're sitting in some depression. You know, maybe you're sitting in like, you just don't know what to do. You know you need to make this decision. And you don't, you know, there's a real block here that's going on. A lot of mental energies going on, emotions that are blocked. The Six of Swords comes up, you know, and I think the six for me, when the Six of Swords comes up, you have this gondolier that I call him the gondolier man. He's taking this woman and this child to, you know, safer waters. And the word safe for me comes up whenever I see this. And I'm wondering if you're just not in a place where you feel safe to feel some of these emotions that you need to feel. If we are not in a safe place right now, we need to get ourselves in a safe place. And sometimes we don't realize that people that we're with are not good for us and they're not safe. And I'm seeing that, you know, you needed safety when you were younger to feel some of these emotions, and you weren't given that safe place to feel. And that's why there are certain emotions that you're very guarded against, because you weren't allowed to feel them when you were younger. Three of Cups is your last card for what's coming up in from your shadow, from your childhood. And Three of Cups is all about, for me, it's that card of celebration, card of celebrating, you know, how far you've come. And sometimes this card comes up where we need to realize that, you know, you've come a long way. And maybe you're a different person now. Maybe you're in a different place right now, but it's time to start to look at where this pain is coming from. What is it in your system that, you know, what's blocking you from doing what you want to do? You know, why can't you make this change? And so it's time to really dig deep and feel some of those emotions that you're blocking. You know, maybe there's some real hopelessness in there. Maybe you feel hopeless. Maybe you just don't see a way out of your situation right now. Maybe you need to get angry. And sometimes that opens up some things for us. You know, we start writing from our anger. What's out there for you? What's your new beginning? You know, once you start to shed, start to work on feeling some of these emotions that are blocked. And once you're able to move out of this new, you want to do this new project, you want to do this new thing for you, you need to leave what looks like a job, you need to maybe take on something different, you know. What will come next once you work through some of these emotions that are blocked? Well, the Page of Pentacles is the first card that comes out for you. And the pages are my inner children, your inner children. And this one's in reverse, is blocked. And the pentacle is all about, you know, somebody that's really much in their body. and is really, and in particular, the Pentacle is about self-worth and feeling really good about yourself. And this is blocked right now. So I'm seeing that, you know, what's your new beginning for you is where once you work through a lot of these emotions and start to take your life in the direction that you want to go towards, and start to listen to your inner child. You know, that page is the inner children. So that's the one that really holds your self-worth. And really get in touch with, you know, start to really ground yourself and start to really listen to what your inner child is saying, what sort of belief systems you were told about yourself that aren't true, and start to work through that. And so you're going to change that, you know, that self-worth, that unworthiness card, and maybe that's where that hopelessness is coming from here, and you want to change that, you want to turn that around. And the Five of Wands comes up next. And the Five of Wands is also in resistance here. And so this is an upright position. This is the card. This is, I call it the battle of the egos, where we start to really compare ourselves to other people. And we start to judge ourselves. And I think once you really start to get back into your body, you start to listen to what your inner child is telling you about your self-worth, and realizing, you know what? It's going to turn that, you know, that it's going to stop that judgment. It's going to stop that, you know, comparing yourself to other people. And, you know, you just start to realize you're doing it for you. And the Moon card comes up in reverse here. And the Moon card is just about getting in touch with our intuition. Getting in touch with the things about you that are unknown. You know, there are lots of things about you that are unknown, especially the feminine aspect part of ourselves. And the moon is about our intuition. And right now that's blocked. And your intuition are whispers. They're just whispers. They're inner guidance. It's our inner guidance. And so I think what's going to happen to you is once you start to really get in touch with your inner child and really get in touch with what they're thinking about themselves, you know, what sort of pain that they had to go through when they were younger. And then you're going to start to get in touch with your intuition, with your inner guidance. And that is what's going to help you with what you need to do next in order to get yourself out of this situation that you're trying to get yourself out of right now. That's going to help you. And so I want to pull Moonology just to end this deck for you, or end this reading for you. I want to pull so a Moonology oracle card for you, just for a bit more direction here in this eclipse season that's coming for you right now, Aries. One card, please. Not 15. I'm going to see if these are going to come out. If they're going to behave. One card for you. Just want one card. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pick that. A fiery climax approaches. Yeah. And I kind of got that feeling too. It's like there's like it sounds to me like there's a buildup of something here, but it's like you have to do the work and it's building up to something. But once you get there, I mean, your intuition's going to start to come out, right? But there are a few things that you need to do in order to reach that climax. And I can see it happening for you. Definitely happening for you, Aries. So good luck with this. And I think what I would like to leave you in the end are some grounding videos so you can start to get in touch and get back into your body and really get in touch with the inner child that you need to get in contact with, that wants to talk about a little bit about their self-worth. And you need to heal. Yeah. All right. Take care, and I'll see you mid-month. Bye-bye, Aries.